Right, guys, it is finally here. Welcome to the 2022 BFW Draft. I don't know if I did one in 2021 because I kind of fell back on releasing a show every month like I did the year before. Yeah, so I don't know if I actually did one last year. I may have done one at the start of the year. But yeah, you guys know how this works. Sorry for the delay on this again. Yeah, I've actually recorded this 3 times. I recorded a full version a month ago, didn't like how it turned out. Recorded 5 minutes, like a few minutes ago, of the video, and yeah, I didn't like how that turned out, so I changed up the setup a bit. But yeah, hopefully you guys can see the bins quite well. Yeah, this is the best angle I can get, to be honest. But yeah, finally got the time today to do this. These videos do tend to take a while, and they're quite difficult to organize because I have to go through each figure of the wrestler and decide what matches I want to do, what I want to set up, what I've already set up in the pic-fed. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get straight into this. So as you can see, here is the Raw bin on the left and the Smackdown bin on the right. You can't see all of it, but I'm just putting the figures in there anyway. So yeah, you guys know how this works. Again, I'm just going to show you the wrestlers and stuff like that and explain what they've done, what they're going to do. So to kick things off, we'll have someone who owns both of the brands. We'll just have the CEO of BFW, or the chairman, I don't know, Vince McMahon. We'll just put him in the Raw bin for now, not for any particular reason, but we'll just put him in there. So yeah, you can kind of see him in there, but it doesn't really matter. And then of course we do have the Raw general manager, Eric Bischoff. Yeah, he's been the general manager since the beginning, I believe. Same with Shane McMahon, who is the GM of Smackdown and has been since like 2017 or something. I don't know. So yeah, I did make some notes, on my phone, like who I wanted to go to each brand over the last few weeks, just to have an idea. But there's so much talent to use. There's so many new figures coming out who you need to include. So some people are missing from this, and they're just not drafted just to save room in the bins. Yeah, there may be a few jobbers missing or something who aren't regularly featured. But I can still use them when I want. I mean, they're just figures. It doesn't matter. But yeah, for the purpose of BFW, we're just going to do official Raw and SmackDown wrestlers in this video. Because if I drafted every single figure in my collection, I would have no room on here. But some people may pop up, and as well as the same goes for people who are injured or people who just haven't had debut yet, they won't be included in this. But I will announce some new signings. So of course, the first draft pick is the BFW World Heavyweight Champion, Johnny Gargano, who won the title from Jon Moxley at Winter Is Here, with help from Mr. Mayhem, Wardlow. So yeah, Wardlow associating himself in a big way, helping the world champion, helping Johnny Gargano capture the world championship. And yeah, Gargano has achieved a lot in the last year. He turned on Ciampa last year, won the Casino Battle Royal. And yeah, it's clearly going well for him now that he turned his back on Ciampa, who is also injured, so he won't be in this video. And yeah, of course, Wardlow will be going to Raw with Gargano. Then going to SmackDown, you guessed it, we have the BFW champion, Andrade, who has had this belt since Survivor Series 2020, I believe, when he cashed in. And yeah, he's beaten everyone that's challenged him for that title. But I'm sure there'll be some new challenges on the horizon. Of course, his business manager, Zelina Vega, will be going with him to staying on SmackDown, that is. And be sure to let me know who you guys want to see face the world champions of BFW in 2022. I'm sure there's some cool matches on the way, and I've definitely got some ideas. But let me know who you want to see face them. Okay, I'm going to try and go through this pretty quick because there's a lot of figures to go through. But yeah, going to Raw staying on Raw is the North American champion, Finn Balor. Yeah, we're kind of going to go through the champions and everything first. He won the title at Mania. Then, staying on SmackDown, of course, we have the Intercontinental Champion, Aleister Black, who won it at Mania as well from Jericho. Yes, he's staying on SmackDown, and he is coming with Sting and Darby Allin, who have kind of been associated with him since WrestleMania. And they all won a 6-man tag team match against the Inner Circle at Winter Is Here. Yeah, that match was a lot of fun to film, and I love using these guys together. Yeah, creepy emo people unite. Then, staying on Raw, we have the Raw Tag Team Champions. We have Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre, who ended the Young Bucks' reign at WrestleMania. And yeah, they also defeated SCU at Winter Is Here. Next, we have the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, The New Day, who retained their titles at WrestleMania against the Undisputed Era. And Xavier Woods, also in The New Day, of course, won the Cruiserweight title in that 6-man tag team match. Winners take all at WrestleMania. So yeah, they are all sticking on SmackDown with those titles. I'm sure there'll be a lot of new teams, or new teams traveling over going for those titles, as well as Xavier Woods' Cruiserweight title. He also defeated Kyle O'Reilly at Winter is Here to retain it. I think that's all the champions. Oh wait, we also have the women's champion, not Raw women's champion, just the women's champion in general, Kairi Sane. She'll be sticking on Raw as well. We're not going to draft any more women in this video, because the women's division isn't really a thing. But we might have a women's match here and there, just announced randomly, if I feel like filming with them. But yeah, Kairi Sane staying on Raw. So the champions all staying on the same brand, so nothing's changed so far, other than a new signing, Wardlow. Okay, so we'll do SmackDown next, since we just did Kyrie. Now, these rosters, I haven't done it where they're going to be very even. So we may get to the end of this, and SmackDown may have 5 more people. Raw may have none left. I just kind of did it, on who I want to go to each brand. I never did any calculations on how many wrestlers are on each brand, just for time restrictions, really. But I think they're about the same, looking at the different piles over there. Okay, so let's go with SmackDown, and staying on SmackDown, we have the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, who defeated Adam Cole finally. That was a long feud, and it finally culminated at Winter is Here. He defeated Adam Cole in the steel cage, and yeah, Shane McMahon was the referee of that match. And Bryan Danielson will be staying on SmackDown. I'm sure he'll want to go for the world title again at some point. And of course, Shane McMahon was getting very annoyed at the Undisputed Era taking over his brand. But yeah, I can confirm now the Undisputed Era are the next pick and are all going to Raw. So Shane McMahon is free of them for now. They were always interfering in matches, causing destruction in their feud with Bryan Danielson. But Bryan Danielson did manage to overcome them all. And yeah, they are going to Raw to be someone else's problem. So yeah, that's a big pick right there. I'm sure they'll want the tag titles. Adam Cole definitely want to go for the world title at some point, maybe. Yeah, Adam Cole hasn't won a lot lately. He did win the Rumble, but he lost at Mania, lost against Bryan at Winter is Here. So we'll see what's in store for them in the future. That just classes as one pick, by the way. Then going to SmackDown, we have Cody, who was on Raw, but he defeated Hiroshi Tanahashi at WrestleMania, and he'll be going to SmackDown for a fresh start. That match kind of turned Cody face. He's not really a heel anymore. I was actually going to do a video on every heel and every face in BFW in the future, so if you want to see that, let me know. Cody came in to BFW. He returned in 2020, attacked Finn Balor and AJ Styles. He came in with the Young Bucks. But yeah, since then he lost a lot to Moxley in a death match, and then he won against Tanahashi at WrestleMania, humbled himself, and now he's going to SmackDown. So that is Cody. Now going to Raw, we have the returning CM Punk, who returned on the Raw after WrestleMania. And yeah, he's going to be sticking on Raw. He defeated Mustafa Ali in his first match. And he kind of had a stare down with Ricochet. So maybe we'll see that match in the future if Ricochet does end up on Raw. Then going to SmackDown from Raw, we do have Will Osprey, who defeated Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, finally ending that feud. And he's going from Raw to SmackDown to hopefully capture his first bit of gold. Now, this is an amazing custom, so I'm not going to put this in the bin. Same with the Danielson, really. I'll just kind of make sure that's on top. But I don't really want to damage the court or anything. So, yeah, Osprey is going to SmackDown. But, yeah, I'm going to keep it out the way of the bin for now. And then staying on Raw, we do have the former world champion, Jon Moxley, who's going to be very pissed about what happened at Winter is Here. So he'll definitely want to go for his title again at some point, I'm sure. He'll have to try and get that opportunity again. Then going to SmackDown, or staying on SmackDown, we do have Walter. I'm not calling him Gunther here. Walter, Mr. Money in the Bank. Looks to be starting a feud with Jurassic Express, who confronted him after he decimated Cedric Alexander. Walter staying on SmackDown. Yeah, the champion will definitely have to keep their eye on him, because Walter cashing in on you is something that you would not want. Now, staying on Raw, we do have the team of Hangman Adam Page and Kenny Omega. They've kind of they lost their number one contendership match against Drew and Ziggler at Lockdown, I believe. Since then they haven't really gotten on. Adam Page has just been drinking. Kenny Omega wants to get along, but Hangman Page keeps taking things into his own hands instead of working as a team. But these guys actually will have a match at Across the Nation, which is the joint show I'm doing. I've already filmed the match But yeah, these guys have a street fight with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn on the way, and the winners of that match will definitely be eyeing up the Raw Tag Team titles. At least Hangman and Omega will, since they're on Raw now, or are staying on Raw, that is. So yeah, another two great picks there in one for Raw. And then staying on SmackDown, we do have the Lucha Brothers, who weren't successful at WrestleMania. Pentagon was in the Money in the Bank match. Phoenix was in the Battle Royal. And they both lost, but they are former SmackDown Tag Team Champions, so I'm sure they'll look to be getting those back very soon. And then staying on Raw, we do have Brock Lesnar, who hasn't been seen since WrestleMania. But yeah, he lost his world title against Jon Moxley at WrestleMania. And he, of course, does come with Paul Heyman. Put Brock right there. And then going to SmackDown, we have Seth Rollins, who lost against Will Osprey at WrestleMania. So they're both going to be on the same brand again, but they're both switching to SmackDown. And yeah, Rollins has definitely let down his disciples, Buddy Murphy and Pac, who are also going to SmackDown with him. So let's put Rollins there, and then the disciples of Seth Rollins right there, who were also unsuccessful at WrestleMania in the Battle Royal. Pac was actually eliminated by Rob Gronkowski. So that's kind of funny. Then staying on Raw, we do have Bray Wyatt's creation of Killer Kross, who has a match on the joint show against Bronson Reed, who challenged him at the end of Winter Is Here when he destroyed Matt Hardy. And he also comes with Bray Wyatt, of course. Let's put them there. Then going to SmackDown, we do have Saber Jr., who appeared as the Joker in the Casino Battle Royale. Didn't win, but he did defeat Kalisto on the SmackDown after WrestleMania, or the Raw after WrestleMania, I don't remember. But he is going to be a permanent stay on SmackDown now. Now, going to Raw from SmackDown, we have Randy Orton, who, of course, is with FTRKO. So FTR and Randy Orton all going to Raw. Randy was a former world champion. FTR have been former Raw Tag Team Champions, so they're back on the same brand as them. Going to SmackDown, we have Matt Riddle. And yeah, I think I'm going to stop saying, a lot less now, just so we can get through this a little bit quicker. So Matt Riddle going to SmackDown. Staying on Raw, we have Keith Lee, who was very close to winning the Casino Battle Royale again. Going to SmackDown, we have a returning RVD, who is actually facing Aleister Black at the joint show Across the Nation, which will be out soon on Instagram and YouTube. RVD is challenging Aleister Black for the Intercontinental Championship on his big return match. Staying on Raw, we do have former world champion Apollo Crews. Going to SmackDown, we have the Bruiserweight, Pete Dunne. I think these guys were on Raw, but they haven't used them in a while. We do have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn going to Raw, who have that upcoming match with Kenny Omega and Hangman Page. And then staying on SmackDown, we do have the whole Hurt Business, so Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, and MVP, all staying on SmackDown. Shelton did turn his back on Team Angle, so American Alpha and Kurt Angle, and he has joined the Hurt Business to form a dominant faction. Going to Raw, we have Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF. Staying on SmackDown, we have the Inner Circle, so Sammy Guevara, Chris Jericho, and Jake Hager, right there. Another faction. Going to Raw, we have a newly signed Damien Priest, who last appeared in the 2021 Royal Rumble. Didn't sign, but he has now officially signed with BFW to Raw. And then going to SmackDown from Raw, we do have this Switchblade Jay White, this awesome custom figure right here. Again, I'm not going to put this in the box, but he is going to SmackDown. Former North American champion who did lose it to Finn Balor at WrestleMania. Jay White going to SmackDown. And then staying on Raw, we do have the Young Bucks, who lost their titles at WrestleMania, but are sticking on the red brand. Then going from Raw to SmackDown, we do have War Machine, Eric and Ivar. Is that the names? No. Hanson and Rowe. Eric and Ivar is their current names. We're calling it Hanson and Rowe. By far the superior names. So War Machine going to SmackDown. And then staying on Raw, we do have the phenomenal AJ Styles. Damn, we need a new Elite AJ Styles badly. I mean, this one came out as the last one that came out. Even his last few Elites haven't been that great. But yeah, AJ Styles sticking on Raw. Staying on SmackDown, we do have Matt Sydal. Staying on Raw, we do have Ricochet and Mustafa Ali, the Flight and the Light. Going to SmackDown, we do have SCU, who lost a Raw Tag Team title match lately, but they are going over to SmackDown. Staying on Raw, we do have Christian Cage. Going to SmackDown from Raw, we do have freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy, who lost against Batista at WrestleMania. And then speaking of Batista, he is also going to be staying on Raw. To SmackDown, we have Sheamus. And then going to Raw, a new signee, Bronson Reed, who is facing Killer Kross at Across the Nation. Going to SmackDown, we have Eddie Guerrero. And staying on Raw, we do have Shinsuke Nakamura. Going to SmackDown from Raw, we do have Cassius Ohno. And going from SmackDown to Raw, we do have Heavy Machinery, so Tucker and Otis. Then for SmackDown, we do have the Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, who are, eyeing Walter for a future matchup. Going to Raw, we have Austin Theory. Then staying on SmackDown, we do have the kind of faction of Dominic Mysterio, his father Rey Mysterio, and then El Hijo del Fantasma, not Santos Escobar. They're all going to SmackDown. Going to Raw, we do have Hurricane, so the Hurricane and Kane, another tag team. And for SmackDown, we do have the Glorious Bobby Roode. And for Raw, we do have Gran Metalik. SmackDown, staying on SmackDown, we do have Team Angle or Alpha Academy. No, American Alpha, Chad Gable, Jason Jordan, and Kurt Angle. Staying on SmackDown. Then going to Raw from SmackDown, we do have Angel Garza. SmackDown then gets John Morrison. Raw then gets Rusev Day, so Aiden English and Rusev. SmackDown gets Cesaro. Raw gets Justin Gabriel. SmackDown gets Cedric Alexander. And I'll just put these together, but Raw gets Kalisto and Lince Dorado. Not Lucha House Party, but they may team together. I'm not calling them that. SmackDown then gets Tyler Breeze, and I actually lied. Mandy Rose is another woman who is getting drafted. She comes with Tyler Breeze. Tyler Breeze and Mandy Rose staying on SmackDown. SmackDown, I think it was SmackDown next, I forgot. SmackDown then gets a new signee, Kushida. A little far down, but I just realised I needed to draft him. So, Kushida is going to SmackDown. Raw then gets Elias. SmackDown gets the natural Dustin Rhodes. Raw gets Kurt Hawkins. And finally, SmackDown gets Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows heading to SmackDown. So yeah, guys, that is pretty much it for the draft. Hopefully you all enjoy. Let me know what you guys think of the roster, which is your favourite roster. Both rosters, have a wide variety of different talent. And I cannot wait to start this new era of BFW with these awesome new rosters. Of course, we do have Will Osprey, Jay White there also on SmackDown. I know some people may be missing, like the Hardy Boys. They were took out by Killer Kross, so they aren't drafted. Roman Reigns is out, so he's not drafted. The Usos are out. They aren't drafted. So, people like Drake Maverick, Titus O'Neil, Zack Ryder, John Cena, Shawn Michaels, they may pop up time and time again, but, they aren't officially drafted. So, you never know when you might see them, but they might pop up on either brand, for a match or something. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Glad to finally get this draft video done. Let me know once again what your favourite roster is and which draft pick you think was the best crossover. I think, Raw got a few big ones in there. Raw got, the whole Undisputed Era, FTRKO, a lot of big picks there. And SmackDown got Kushida, Seth Rollins, Will Ospreay, Bryan Danielson gets to stay there, Cody. A lot of new picks. And of course, new figures are also being released very regularly now with AEW Unrivaled and the WWE Elite Collection. Expect new faces to be added a lot of the time. And, expect a few people to, maybe be scrapped, like a few of those final picks may get scrapped from the brand eventually, but for now, they get to hold on to their jobs, if you wanted to put it that way. But yeah, guys, thank you very much once again. Leave a like on the video, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.